Yo, what's going on? Today I'm going to be back testing, but we're also going to be journaling our trades just so I can show you how to actually effectively back test and then effectively journal on top of that so you can get like the bang for your buck, like the most out of it. But yeah, let's just get right into it. This is 9:30. Yeah. All right. I don't know if I want to short this. It's really weird. I don't like how we have LR here. But then it's like I could ignore this because this is like sometimes we do just consolidate and expand, and this is in like a deep discount of this range. This is weird price action. Oh my god, dude, these things piss me off, bro. Holy shit. Oh my god, I'm not even dragging you, bro. All right, ES is looking like what? The same shit, bro. Yeah, this is weird. I guess we now have an SMT here. So being bearish is actually more valid. Because I was going to say, I don't like these highs here, bro. Like, this is just consolidation. Let's see if we have a 4-hour gap below. We do. Okay, so we have a decent reason to go lower. 2-hour gap here as well. So, yeah. So, like, for us to be bullish. And I was thinking of a video to make about this. It's about draws, or it's about draw and liquidity that has to be taken for both sides of the market. So obviously being bearish, we want these lows. Or well, if we are like fully high time frame bearish, we want these lows. But then also if you're bullish, you don't want to be bullish here. You want to be bullish here. You want to be bullish in this gap. So if we're bearish to these lows, but we're also bullish to these lows, then this is like a really good draw, because for us to have a good distribution higher, we're going to manipulate lower. And then obviously bearish is just being lower. Part of me wants to take this. Yeah, hella LR. I just feel like it's 9:30 resweeps. I'll take the resweep if it obviously resweeps me. 2-minute gap, and we had a really healthy close to that gap as well. Oh my god, and yeah, I'm taking this. SMT at open inside of those higher time frame bearish gaps on the high time frame as well. This high right here manipulated, so this is a good distribution leg. Unluckily we didn't sweep that. Like, I could see this being an issue, but we are in this higher time frame 4-hour gap, and I think that we want to go to this low first, this 703 low. So that's what we're gonna do. Then of course mark that same low on here. Fuck yes, it's definitely gonna sweep that. I'll just mark out this low. So this already has an SMT at it, but I'm not too worried. And then I'll take the resweep if it resweeps me. Okay, so I don't want mine being like, I'd prefer like CE, but we don't get 1-to-1. So I'm just gonna put it as far into the wick as I can. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take that. Look at that. Where's the fucking... Oh my god, bro. It's going to drive me insane. Wow. All right. Okay, now how do I journal this? Well, so in our journal, there are a few things that you want to make sure you do each and every time. So the main things is the high time frame and low time frame. This is where you actually start to learn about your trading. So high time frame, what I'm going to mark out is essentially my key levels. And why I'll really just give myself like I'll just mark out, right? So we have LR on both sides, but this is obviously a better liquidity call because we SMT right here. And then we'll mark out this 4-hour gap. So 4-hour minus right here, 4-hour minus as my key level. So we have an SMT here, and I'll understand that this is SMT. Anytime I draw a high like that, it's always because of SMT. And then this will be right here, 2-hour I'll put UM for unmitigated, just so I know what that is. So this is going to be my high time frame. This is going to be the hourly, and you can take a few extra screenshots as well. I'm actually not, okay, so here's the thing. I'm not going to put my screenshots in. Actually, I will. It shows my files, but I don't have any files that I'm like worried about. Like, it's just like screenshot stuff. I made this video a while ago, or like I think Friday night, and it showed my files, which I didn't like, but I was okay with that. And then obviously here, I'll go ahead and put that SMT as well, because I mean, honestly, this setup is phenomenal. I don't have presets, bro. SMT, make that in the center. And then I'll drag this closer so I know it's the same low. And I'll actually just go ahead and throw this on the entry time frame as well. Just because the 5 minute, I mean, I can see it, you know. And then obviously very strong inversion right here. So IFVG. Right there. And all I gotta do is screenshot that. Okay, honestly did not think I'd find an A+ this fast into it. This is low-key, like, lucky as shit. And then I'll just go ahead and put in the photos. Hopefully I don't leak anything. Yeah, this is just me making thumbnails. Okay, bet. This is my low time frame. And then I'll go high time frame. I'm not really gonna like overly journal with the screen. Now I'll do everything else, but with the screenshots, that's up to you. I'm not gonna get too crazy into that. And then I think it was literally just a 1-to-1. Yeah, literally just a 1-to-1. P&L is obviously a profit. The pair is NASDAQ. The win is a win. The entry. Okay, so this is more. So these are the models. So I work for PB, so I include MEC and PDI, but I really only trade my model, which aligns with these. So this is why those are there. If you're oh, is anything showing on here? Okay, cool. I was looking at other videos for references on like what I should do next. I'm closing this shit, bro. I did this in the last video as well. Like I pulled up Safari when I shouldn't have. What was I looking at? Oh yeah, the time frame. It's a 2-minute inversion. 2-minute IFVG, time of entry. Oh my god, bro. This is low-key annoying. Why is journaling so ass? 938. 938. DOL is an imbalance. Engineered liquidity. High time frame DOL. And you're good. You don't really have to worry too much about the DOL. I never really found a lot of benefit there. I found a lot of benefit in my rating. And then obviously my screenshots. These are just like, okay, like you can gather the DOL from the screenshots. You know what I'm talking about? And then obviously A+. The date, I don't know. The day, I don't know. Psych was nice. Psych was nice. Very confident with all SMTs and high time frame DOL. Plus, yeah, no, I'll go with that. And then the Y. Well, we had an SMT at ERL on high time frame. We had a bearish SMT at ERL on high time frame from a weekly gap. I don't know if y'all remember that, from a weekly for value gap. So this is a high time frame SMT right here. This one right here, and it's in this weekly gap, or while we are trading in it, right? Like it's not perfectly in the gap, but it happened while we were in it, or trading within it. So SMT in a high time frame Peter Ray, guess what? That's good. So that's a reason to be bearish. Some LR to the sell side. Actually, I'm not gonna make it more like that. Okay, I'll keep that. Trading inside a 4-hour gap. We put in an SMT AMD 930 Judas. Giving a clear entry towards an unmitigated 2-hour gap. So, okay, because I want to make sure I'm doing this right. We had a bearish SMT at ERL on high time frame value gap. I'll go and delete this. Trading inside of a 4-hour minus gap. We put in an SMT at 930 Judas, giving a clear entry towards an unmitigated 2-hour gap needed for longs. My SL is safe because swept liquidity, hit high time frame imbalance, and SMT. My target, and this is really just like going on the pattern trading video I made. My target is good because it's needed for both shorts and longs. Now, if you just skip to this part, I actually would recommend going back like 3 or 4 minutes to whenever I went over this. So this 2-hour long, or this 2-hour low, is needed for both sides of the market. Obviously, if you're bearish, we're going all the way down here, so we're going to take it anyway. But if you're bullish, you don't want to be bullish here. You don't want to be bullish in this consolidation. You want to be bullish at this low because then we manipulate. So this low is agreed upon in both bearish bias and bullish bias. So that's why this is such a strong draw. This low is needed for both scenarios to have a good delivery. So yeah, and then also ignore my horrible spelling because yeah, whatever. And then what can I improve on? Not much to improve. Yeah, that's it. Because there's really not much to improve. Like with A+ setups, it really is like you just took the setup and you won. All right, let's go to the next day. Oh wow, I got reswept. Oh wait. Okay, well, it just teleported me back. Interesting. I honestly thought that we'd be bearish for the rest of the day. And then notice how we ran lower into that 4-hour gap as well. And then we ended up being high time frame bearish. Interesting. Very interesting. I did not think that that's what we were going to do. Yeah, and then you can you see like we respect this SMT at the highs and then run this LR that I was looking at. Yeah, no, this is nice. It looks like I missed way more than a day, bro. Unfortunately, okay, so my eyes, okay, where do I instantly look towards? Here, right? If we're bullish, we're going to take these highs, therefore take this. And if we're bearish, we want to be bearish here. Oh, and we have I didn't even see that. How did I not? So yeah, the same, what I just said here is that. So 4-hour time frame, yeah, we're now sweeping these lows. And then if we end up being bearish, we'll probably run there. All right, let's see what 930 does. Runs lower. AMD, probably a 30-second here. There's not. Oh, no way. I wonder if this runs. Or are we going to resweep? That's crazy. Yeah, so, oh, that's so clean too, bro. Because we generate L. No way I didn't get an entry on that. I'm kind of salty. Wait. Yeah, damn. And this is so obvious. So for the people in my Discord I gave y'all like an exclusive backtesting one. The loss that I took, and I pointed this out before I took the trade, like I was gonna take the resweep. But whenever 930 prints this type of like LR, just like slanted highs, always expected to be ran. Because it nearly always does. Super unfortunate we didn't get a setup here. That's really nice, like really good draws. We'll see what we got. Damn, both of them just ripped through, bro. I don't know if I want to take a short here, unless we get like a filthy change in the state. But it doesn't look like we get that. Didn't even look what ES was doing. ES is actually, okay, so we actually have an SMT at this low now. Yeah, I could be bullish here. We'll see. We'll see if I get an entry. But now we're kind of printing some LR. Probably have a 5-minute gap. Yeah, we have a 5-minute gap with built up LR. I could see a mech here. Oh, no. Okay. So this type of LR where we start expanding, I sometimes just see this pattern and then we just like rip up. Yeah, and then DOL. Oh my god, bro. Like unmitigated gap and then just like LR, bro. Even though we had a 1 hour here. I don't know. I'm a little more bullish. I don't like this LR though. Like at all. Oh? Okay. So where are we in price? We'll just swept this 1 hour intermediate high with an SMT. So what I don't like is that NQ is kind of doing all the manipulation. Like NQ took the low, NQ took the high. You know, ES isn't really doing fuck all here. I'm somewhat okay with this. Already in a 5-minute gap. Never mind. It's over. Yeah, 10 a.m. open is in 3 minutes anyway. We're gonna wait for 10 a.m. open. No point in trading like 2 minutes prior, because chances are 10 a.m. rips here, and then we're gonna clear out this generated liquidity. All right, or just rip prior. Come on, bro. Give me the 15-minute. Oh, see, I kind of want to take this trade now. 5-minute gap. No, I thought we maybe made a 5-minute bearish gap. So the reason why I think this plays is, well, we swept this high right here, still respecting this gap. I wish we had a better continuation gap, but it's like I just feel like we clear this out and then the displacement's really obvious. Oh, what? Damn. Yo, if only we had an SMT there. I think I'm going to take this. Ooh, it's a little weird, bro. If only we had an actual SMT. See, because it's equal highs. I don't like that. Yeah, I really don't like that. Oh, it's like I'm so confident in this draw right now, and the displacement looks nice. I think we're going to take it. Could be my first loss. Okay, now this is something to say. Sometimes I don't trade exactly like when I backtest. Notice my like iffiness about this setup, and I'm like, I'm like, is this really that good? It's because my stop loss. I'm really confident in my targets, but I'll always have the biggest issue whenever my stop loss is a little weak. But this is backtesting, so like I'm not really tripping about like being perfect. And it's also good because like I want to take this L. You feel me? Or well, not simply for the journaling. I still like the trade, but if this loses, it's 100% because this wasn't an SMT, and then maybe we get like a stop hunt or something, and then I'll go break even this low. I don't want to do anything stupid here. Actually, nah, we'll hold it at 49 or 98. I mean, 498. All right, let's see it. So the idea here, and this ties into the same last one, for us to be bearish, we take this low, and for us to be bullish, we want to take this low because, well, we don't want to be bullish off of a low time frame 5-minute gap. Oh, actually, okay, this has to be my break even. Glad that I looked at that. So the reason why this is not my break even because it's a 5-minute intermediate low. So my break even actually goes to 509 here. And so for us to be bullish, like for us to have a 10 a.m. open low, we're gonna manipulate inside of this 15-minute gap. The idea with me though is I think that we're gonna take these lows. All right. Okay, so break even there, hit the 15-minute, so we can fully reverse here. We actually don't have to clear this LR because we've already swept and we hit a gap. But preferably we clear out the rest of this LR. ES kind of looks strong here. Like ES isn't even hitting this 15 or like this low. So SMT there, probably break even, honestly. Oh. Ooh, come on. Fuck. Yeah, let me get cleared out. So honestly, a good trade. I do like that. And then we might just return bullish. Yeah. So do you see how being bearish to this low makes sense and being bullish at this low also makes sense? I don't know if we got any long off of it. And I don't know if I would have taken the long. Oh, the 3-minute looks nice. But the thing about the 3-minute is I don't like this LR generation right here. Bro, and I have to journal this. Oh my God. All right. This is kind of the part I hate because it's like I already don't really care about backtesting. And now I got to journal a trade that I don't care. But we'll go over it. So break even trade. Hopefully I can take a loss on my next trade. Okay. 1 hour gap tap with a 1 hour sweep. I'll go ahead and put that right here. Sweep. Wait, I'll put 1 hour intermediate high SMT. And then I'll go and take the photo on the 15-minute time frame as my high time frame just because that shows everything. And of course, I don't want to waste y'all's time. But this is going to be the 15-minute unmitigated. Okay, I like this, yeah. All right, bet. So I'll go ahead and screenshot this. Yeah, looking in hindsight, I mean, I was bullish. Like I'd like to see these still get taken, but we did get a very good bearish setup. So go ahead and screenshot that. Just kind of getting the framework. I'm not gonna focus too much on the screenshot part. And then what entry did I take? Oh yeah, and then I took this one. And the reason why I had such a big issue was my stop loss. Did I have a full? I think I had a full stop loss here. I wonder if would I have hit 1-to-1 like this? No, actually, this offers no 1-to-1. No, it does, but still. And I was targeting this low. Stop loss here. And then the thing is, I'm actually going to include SM, like, I'm going to put, I'm going to say SMT. So this is not an SMT. Do not think that this is valid. I'm going to put SMT check ES. The reason why I didn't care that ES made equal highs is because, like, I don't really care about ES making equal highs like that. And I really liked this kind of change to this day where you had a few candles up and then dumped. Let me go and drag this closer. So that right there, that right there. Let me go ahead. And then obviously LR throughout all of this. Super obvious LR. Oh my God, I'm not even gonna fix that, dude. I don't even put, bro, like, what the fuck? Okay, so new page, BE. Our pair is NQ. We got, I was going for Going for 1.24. 1.24. It's a break even. It is a break even here. I don't know why I have two of these. I think there was a like it's because whenever I would take a break even, I would care about the whatchamacallit, the P&L of it. Like if I actually hit break even, or if like the fees brought me lower, I'd actually put it as a loss. And this is gonna be Bionic. It's also kind of mech, so I guess I'll put mech in there. You could argue PDI, low time frame right here, but I'm not gonna do it. And it was off of a 1 minute inversion. The time of entry is at 10:06. 10:06. Notice how both of these entries are after a high time frame candle opening and manipulation. My DOL is, so the reason why I'm going to pick high time frame DOL here is because that 15-minute low was needed for both areas, so it is needed for the high time frame draw on liquidity. Engineered, of course. Failure swings, imbalance, and I'd give this an A. Yeah, it's not A plus. You know, like we didn't have like a perfect stop loss. Like you heard how I was reacting. I was like, you know, like a little weird. I'll go ahead and put these in. It's my low time frame right here, and then this is my high time frame on this one. Dope. And then the date and the day, not really matter. But okay, so what is my Y? Well, so here's my target. The 15-minute unmitigated gap is needed for both sides. Bearish, obviously, but also bullish. Okay, let me sit up. But also bullish, because for the 10 a.m. candle to print bullish, we need high time frame manipulation, and this 15-minute gap offered that perfectly with LR plus high time frame. So that's my Y. My SL, so my stop loss, SMT, or okay, swept. Okay, well, my stop loss is a little bit different. We're just going to talk about what I mean for my stop loss. I'm going to include this high right here. It's kind of like my defense. Like, why do we not go higher? So even my stop loss is right here. I'm counting this. Like, why do we not go higher and instead we go lower? Well, we swept 1 hour intermediate high with SMT plus 1 hour gap tap, or 1 hour for value gap minus SMT, followed by displacement and a low time frame stop hunt that offered our IFVG setup. So what I mean by here is I'm kind of just talking about why we wouldn't go higher than this high, and then this one that we print later, where we sweep this high inside of this gap, is very like it's very telling, because it's like, okay, we're clearly rejecting this. We're still respecting bearish, and we just printed more lows for 10 a.m. to clear out. And then also the displacement, bro. You see us like kind of respect the gap, go up. We print these 3 baby candles and then burn through them with like one, like, bro, like just a huge candle just burns through them. That's exactly what I want to see. So yeah, my stop loss, we obviously swept liquidity, hit a gap, so there's not any logical reason to go higher. And then this kind of confirmed this high. With the weird SMT, not really an SMT, just ES being weird, and then obviously this low time frame stop hunt that then confirmed it with the displacement. So that's why we're going to go higher, and then obviously going lower is way better. What can I improve? Def my SL. ES was a little weird, but my conviction didn't change at all. And psych was okay, little bit of hesitation, but I didn't fully lose confidence, because everything else is good except ES being a little weird. And ES is just a weird guy, you know? ES is just a weird guy. And now, as for if I'd take a long, because I know y'all would be confused about that or like curious, I don't know if I would. I don't really like this stop loss, but it's also not too bad either. Yeah, I guess, because I don't like this like 4 lined up, but I guess you're inversing it with only 2. The long is honestly solid, bro. Because, I mean, I was looking up here, like, consolidation. I just want to see us play out. I'd like to see this high get taken, honestly. Oh, my God, dude. I'm a fucking goat. Holy shit. Like, y'all see that? I knew the next candle, bro. Did we get any entry? Fuck, no. All right. Next day. How long have I been recording? See, I don't want to end the recording because then I don't know. But I'll probably do, like, one more, like, two more. I see. I don't want to force a loss. Like, I want to take a good loss. But I do want my next trade to preferably be a loss. So 1 hour time frame. I'm definitely going to be bullish here. Because we now are respecting this SMT. Like, that's held, right? So yeah, now we SMT'd there. This is also a daily gap. Yeah, so SMT inside of a daily gap followed by a good distribution. Then we have an accumulation. I'm expecting this accumulation to just kind of burn through. Or not burn through, get swept out. My bad. Hit this gap. So I'd like to see this get swept. ES is already sweeping it. Folk. Alright, and then we'll look for ES hitting this low. Okay. So these are my two key levels. Obviously, ES is, I think, gearing up to take this high right here. And so is NQ. You can see that we kind of like print this LR before the final target, or like just more orders. So we'll see for that. And yeah, I wouldn't want to be bearish here. Like, it's a weird spot to be bearish, but I can kind of see us running to these lows, just relatively equal lows on the higher time frame, because it's also like the low of the range. But we'll see. We actually might get a short setup. I'd prefer taking a short setup here because I know that we got to take this shit out, but I don't know if we're gonna be bullish here, you know, because like we hit this gap and we might target these lows and I just don't get along. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, all right. Well, I'm just not gonna get an entry. Okay, so ES. Okay, so why do I not care about this low being swept? Well, for one, NASDAQ, or we already printed an SMT at this low. And now we're printing an SMT at this 4 hour gap. Or it's not an SMT, NQ's already in it, but now ES is in a good spot of distribution, and technically we don't have to take this low. So we've swept liquidity, put in that SMT, and hit an imbalance. So we don't need to take the low. It'd be nice to, but we don't need to. Oh god, this might. Oh my god, I don't know if y'all just heard that, bro, but my dog started whimpering. Dude, I got so scared. I nearly ended the video, bro. Holy shit. I'm gonna have to go check out what that was. No entry, which kind of sucks. ES is now being weird. We have an SMT here, not a high. I want a short. Still want these higher targets. Now that like we got this displacement, I'd rather just be bullish here, but obviously NASDAQ can be weird. Come back down, sweep this low, because now we have double SMTs. Yeah, 30 second. I'm not taking that. Good framework, but not something I'm tripping about. Yeah, and this is why, this goes to show, like, 30-second inversions is why y'all lose a lot. Like, I see so many people just take these, like, oh, it's nice, like, yeah, we swept, but it's like, there's still logic for going higher. You have a weak key level. It's just a rejection block. I don't use that. And it's just like your target is just a low, you know? Like, there's no imbalance at this low. We didn't even take the low. So yeah. We'll see if we get something. Probably just end up being bullish here. I'd really like continuations, bro, but I don't know if we're going to get it. It's not even 10 a.m., bro. What am I tripping about? This low is a good low to be swept. I'd like to see that be taken out. Okay, 10 a.m. swept that. We're now in that 5-minute gap. This could be our continuation gap. Unfortunately, took the fucking external target of this range. Now SMTing here, which is just like, I mean, market's just being difficult, which is annoying. Okay. I think I'm going to take this continuation. Bro, watch. Okay, this closes in a minute. Watch it take the high, bro. Ooh, it didn't. I'm actually a little bit honored. Does ES have a 15-minute to manipulate into? No, that's going to be in a while. Okay, so I'm going to go and take this. This is honestly a decent long. The reasoning as to why I could see this lose, honestly, actually no, because like we closed above this fairly like pretty healthy. Like this candle's like all the way up here, inverse to this gap. Yeah, and I'm still bullish to this high. Like I'd really like this high get taken. Then we have an unmitigated gap above. I'm a little worried because ES is kind of lacking here. When ES should really be soaring because ES has all the targets. So ES still has room to move. NASDAQ still has room to move. So yeah, we're gonna go and take this. It is like a premium 5-minute. That's kind of what I don't like. And it's like 10 a.m.'s not really manipulating into anything good. It's just like there's nothing else to manipulate into. So yeah, like super premium 5-minute gap. Are we about to make a 15? See, but yeah, then I just don't. Oh, yikes. I'd really hate for us to go. It's just, so this is like manipulation, right? Like, is this really, you know? No, I'll go and take this. I like this LR right here. ES still has room to move. If this does lose, which actually is gas. Okay, I don't like this LR. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this because this is a totally valid setup with a very good idea behind it. But this is definitely a possible loss. Like just my experience with IFVGs kind of tell me, okay, this is definitely possible. For one, I can already tell. We're just going to wait. We're just going to see. We're just going to see it, and then I'll go over it in the journaling aspect. So good trade, but definitely sweepable. So we shall find out. But I do like the continuation. Yeah, this is a loss. We don't even hit the 15-minute, bro. Oh, price action is just buns. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, this is okay. Well, now the reasoning for my loss isn't even valid. So I thought that we were going to go lower and then take this low right here to the 50-minute gap. But we don't really seek anything. So the reason why like this is kind of just bullshit and like you kind of just have to bite the bullet with it. Well, for one, I can tell that price action is just mid. Yeah, because we don't do anything here. Doesn't ES do anything here? No, yeah, I guess we do. Yeah, ES puts in an SMT at these lows. Okay, yeah, so, but does ES even have the gap there? No, ES doesn't even have the gap there. So, a little weird, because, like, NASDAQ has a reason to take this low because it's a 15-minute, and that's why I thought this trade might lose, because, like, now, like, I'm taking a 5-minute premium gap, which I knew was, like, bad, and we have a discount 15-minute offered, but then ES swept the low that doesn't even have a gap there. I don't know, kind of just a bad price action day, but something definitely good to journal. And I'll actually spend a lot of time on this one as well. Just so like, because like the wins, bro, the break evens, because like that break even was like a valid trade anyway. And oh, fuck. And I'll put plus disc for a discount. This is going to be a 4-hour intermediate. Premium 5-minute plus, put that right here, make that 11 down. Okay, and then some LR here, and then I honestly thought that we'd go to this 4-hour high. We probably will. We just chopped, so there's gonna be a 4-hour intermediate, so 4-hour ITH. And it's always good to draw up your charts because then you really get to visualize the aspect of, you know, how we print candles and like what these things do, why they're significant, all that stuff. And then unmitigated. So we have liquidity and an imbalance as a draw. The reason I think this failed is because of the premium 5-minute. Like, it's a little iffy. It's still valid. Like, I liked the continuation shot. I feel like with good price action, this would probably just be a resweep and then actual delivery. I don't know what this is, bro. But yeah, so this is, and we ended up putting an SMT here. So yeah, it's really just where my low was at. DOL wise, I feel like we clear this out in a second because like no way we reject this. But this is going to be my, oh, I actually wasn't even including the time frame of the charts. So I said this in the video I released to the Discord, but you always want to make sure that you either like write the time frame or include the time frame here just because you'll always forget it, bro. Trust me. And then this was the inversion I took. Okay. And honestly, it's a very good continuation in my opinion. I mean, 930 manipulates. We respect this low. We hit the 4-hour gap. Didn't take this because there was an SMT there. And then just rips up. So definitely a key level issue. That brought me... Oh my God, bro. All right. Well, honestly, this is perfect because we got a win, we got a loss, and we got a break even. So you actually now know how to lose or how to journal everything. So win. And then notice how I'm willing to journal the most in this setup. Oh my God, bro. And this was 1 to 1.5, 1.5. This was a loss. This is a 2-minute IFVG, a 5-minute continuation, and a bionic model. At time of entry, I think it was 10:06. Yeah, 10:06. So again, good entry time frame, like 10:06 here, 10:06 here. I like that. High time frame do well. We had some. I should put trend line here. Trend line. I don't know why. I guess like engineered and trend line are kind of the same thing. Yeah, they really are actually. And then imbalance, and then ERL kind of. This is like I very rarely focus on the D well. This would be. I'm gonna make an A minus because obviously the premium 5-minute isn't super good. I'm going to make this purple. Like there was just some stuff off with it, like the premium. We had just swept that 1-hour high with an SMT, and it was just a little iffy. You know, it was there, but it wasn't all the way there. So of course that's going to be an issue. This is my low time frame, so that's going to be this photo. And then it's obviously my high time frame. Now, definitely put more photos than I am now. I'm just kind of doing this like because, like simply for that. So the Y. Well, let's do the Y on our target. So the target. Why is this a good target? Well, 4-hour trend, still respecting bullish, especially the daily fair value gap. Plus SMT. And with these, I kind of just yap to myself. Like I know that like we have a daily SMT, so I might just say like daily yap SMT, and like that's how I know. Plus SMT. Then a AMD 930 Judas. Wait. Followed by 930 Judas. Confirming my bullish bias even more. Okay. Wait, I haven't gone to my. Actually, I'm just gonna put this as. I'm gonna restart this. 4-hour intermediate high with unmitigated 4-hour above. Good target because. Good target. Oh my God, target because 4-hour trend. Respecting bullish. Dissing bearish. Daily gap plus SMT respected, and lack of sell side targets. So I'm gonna go over this now. Obviously I wrote that, but what do I mean? Because it's like how do you're gonna translate that totally different in your own trading. But we have a lack of targets below because we swept liquidity, we're in an imbalance, and we printed an SMT, and then we had this distribution. So we had this distribution like with a 4-hour gap. And we already interacted with the gap. So we actually really don't have any valid target here because this is just high resistance with a continuation gap versus you think here, okay, this is at least internal range liquidity. It's an intermediate high with an unmitigated gap above it. And then also like daily, like we're still bullish, you know, like we swept this, had something going on. Again, that continuation gap just as the 4-hour has a continuation gap. So like there's not really an abundance of open gaps and liquidity to sweep to the sell side, but there is liquidity and unmitigated gaps to the buy side. So that's why the targets are good. Obviously, I hate I don't want to write that, bro. Just like take my fucking word for it and just go. Now my stop loss, 5-minute gap tap premium with low time frame stop hunt, fairly weak SL as a discounted 15-minute gap rests below with an old consolidation. So I would definitely say my biggest mistake with this last trade is the stop loss. And I knew this was an issue. Like, and I literally called it out prior, which is also smart because like I've gotten to a point in my trading where I know if something is just a little bit off, and that matters so much. Like for the most part, y'all probably wouldn't see this simply because of screen time. But what I see is, okay, there's orders here, like there is sell stops here, and this old consolidation, and a gap is with it too. This is a way better spot to be bullish. Even though we do have to burn through a lot of stuff, if we just print like a huge ass wick down here and then run up, that's going to give me a really good setup compared to a premium 5-minute gap after we just swept the external target as well. So definitely a weak stop loss here, and we definitely had room to move lower. I don't know what this is following this though. This was just a bad day. But yeah, so really good target, but weak stop loss. And this is actually like really important for y'all because I see everyone always kills it with the targets. But you're like, oh, Ronan, why do I get reswept? Why do I lose? Why is this? You know, your stop loss sucks. This is a really good trade. It's a really good continuation. It has really good targets. You can see the internal ones right here. If you go on the 30-second, it's even more so. All of this stuff is just LR. Oh, why did I lose, Ronan? Well, your stop loss sucks. That's why. High time frame, this probably plays out, but your stop loss is mid. And that's why you're going to get swept. And then what can I prove? Def my SL. Exactly what I just said. I'm not going to type it out. That's for y'all. Iffy because SL, but took anyway. So obviously, like some stuff is going to be a little bit different. Like you're going to have more psych stuff to talk about with your live trading, and you're going to have more stuff to talk about with your improvements. It's just a little bit weird for me because like I'm talking to y'all and I don't want to then spend like 5 minutes just typing bullshit. But yeah, so that's how I go about journaling it. Mainly ask yourself why. Okay, well, this is my target. This is my stop loss. This is what I should have seen. And then you just get your data, you know, like the 2-minute IFVG. So like now I have like some things to go over. Well, okay, let's see how I perform with the 2-minute IFVG. Well, I'm 1-1, but what can I learn from these two trades? Well, this first trade has really good targets and a really good stop loss. Okay, that's really good. But why did this one lose? Okay, well, I have really good targets, but I don't have a super good stop loss. So that's something to improve. Okay, now I can tell like, okay, this setup is good. Both of them came after a high time frame candle opening, so the PO3 is fine. But I might, you know, going forward, if I want to have really good success, I got to stop taking these trades with bad stop losses and start only focusing on these with the really good stop losses. And then my targets are all virtually already locked in. I don't have to work on that. And then that's it. And that's literally how you improve. You just take like the little stuff like, okay, like this is what my winning setups look like. This is what my losing setups look like. What do I have to change? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? Well, my strengths are my targets. I'm really good at targeting stuff. But my weaknesses might lie in my stop loss or how I view manipulation, stuff like that. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. I'll have the link to this template down below. And yeah, if y'all want more stuff like this, if you want to get your trades reviewed as well, I do that in my Discord every day at 11 EST. I do a little trade recap. I go over my trade, kind of like the market review almost, and then I do a little Q&A, and I take y'all's questions. I review your trades and all that stuff. So yeah, I hope this helped. Maybe you're a little bit better at journaling than you were before, and that's gas. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.